story of Betty and Tom. They met on a dark, windy night. Betty was down on her luck. It was love at first sight. Betty had no plans that night, but Tom had 2 tickets to the hottest show in town, Smelling a Rat.
Yeah, tomorrow we will go back home. Yeah. That's what. Yeah. I won't take them dropping in the.
It was a good play. Not great, not worth a standing ovation. It didn't matter. Betty was hooked. They started to spend more time together. There was something about him, an animal attraction. Betty had that sparkle back in her eye, and Tom kept baiting her for more. They saw each other almost every day. Betty had a couple strikes with bowling, but somehow Tom's balls always ended up in the gutter. When they painted each other, Tom watched her innocent delight. Say cheese, Betty. They apple picked when the weather turned cool. Tom really gnawed on each one. They took a romantic tandem bike ride in the country. Little did Betty know that there would be a third squeal. For their 6-month anniversary, Tom surprised her with tickets to a big show, Smelling a Rat, Part 2. Once again, the show was not great. But Tom's beady eyes were fixated on stage. Finally, a few days later, Tom popped the question. Betty was overjoyed. All of her dreams were coming true. Betty told her family and friends, sending out invitations, but Tom, he didn't make a squeak. They picked out the menu, tried a cake. Tom wanted the cheesecake. While Betty stressed over the wedding, Tom went to his favorite hole in the wall to relax. As a break from all the planning, Tom had something in mind. Entertainment. You'll never guess the name of the show. Smelling a Rat. Little did Betty know that this would be the third and final sniff. Betty watched with horror as Tom took his place on the stage. What was happening? Something wasn't right. Her heart beat fast, her palms sweaty. What was that strange look in his eye, that twitch in his nose? Then Tom was gone. Disappeared like he had slipped through the crack in the wall. Betty was alone. Her dreams had been crushed. What was the past 6 months? What was the magic that had existed between them? What would she do now? How would she go on? And then she realized she was doing fine. She didn't need a guy who was gonna disappear. In fact, maybe he was doing her a favor. In fact, he was nothing but a rat. until the next one came along and